Did we do it?
I think we're on.
I think we're on. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to the Shabbos show. Believe it or not, because we just realized this, we were looking back and doing some work. Believe it or not, this is the 14th episode of the Shabbos show that we decided to come together when we were really feeling sad because we couldn't have the Shabbat that we were accustomed to. And ever since then, we've been asking our friends to come together and to be with us as we transform ourselves and kind of do this heart and soul make ready for Shabbat. And so here we are. This is the 14th one. We started March, maybe, I think it was like 17th.
Close. 27.
27. Okay. So there you have it. No, I think it was one back. I'm not
Okay.
sure. We'll look.
I'm learning.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hi, Ruth.
You're right, honey.
Anyway, let's see. Do you want to start? Do you want me to start? What would you like to do today?
Okay, to begin with, I can't even stand it. The smells and the aromas in the house are incredible. What is it?
Well, you know, life has been very different in quarantine. We're past 3 months now of living very differently and doing things very differently. And it's very hard to explain time during this quarter of a year. I'm not sure how you would want to define time during this period, but I would say I'm not exactly sure where it goes. And I'm thinking it can't be as full as it used to be, where I would go teach yoga in Plano and back into the J and over here and run 3 errands. That was a huge full day. Grab something for dinner. And because we're at home consistently, teaching on Zoom or this or that. Maybe there's a run to a grocery store. This week there's been a run in good health, thank goodness, a doctor's visit. Yet, time seems to really speed forward. And there are a lot of reasons why this week I was thinking that we might all enjoy a little bit of old Shabbat memories, old Shabbos memories, really, right? Our older memories can be very oftentimes very comforting. So I gathered a few things together.
It's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. And I want you to know the smells that Barry is smelling and that I am smelling, and I wish you could smell, are some wonderful things going on, including a kugel. And so you can't get started here unless I show you what I'm wearing. So we're going Shabbos old school, okay? Hi, Mulaney. Hi, Amy. So Barry has to move the camera so that you can see what I'm wearing. Just right here. I think if he just tilts it down, it might work. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. If I stood on a chair. Can you see my apron? So my apron, ladies and gentlemen, has been embroidered, cross-stitched many, many years ago by Barry's mom. And so here I am in my apron. When I said we're going Shabbos old school, I really meant we're going Shabbos old school. All right, hold on. We're coming back now. Good. And then the other thing is I wanted to make some recipes and bring up some names of a couple of people that many of you are going to say, oh my goodness, I am so happy that you're invoking that name and bringing me these sweet memories. And the first name that I want to bring forward as this Shabbos draws closer and closer is Zella Sobel. And she was a very well-known caterer in Dallas, Texas. She was one of my grandmother's very best friends in the world, and I learned
You mean
more.
Zella Sobel? Look. Zella.
And I learned more from her than you can imagine. I think I was one of the lucky ones because I have her very famous cookbook. And if you're going to do old school Shabbat, I think you better have an old school kugel recipe. So,
excuse me, Debbie, is it okay that I have the lady who catered my bar mitzvah? Would that be better? Oh, I'm sorry. It's Zella Sobel, who used to live right down the street from us. Here.
Barry and I had no idea how many things we had together. I'm sure a lot of you couples look up and say, I didn't know we had this in common and that in common. But Zella Sobel is one of the people that we love and adore that we both have in common. All right, so here's Zella's Kugel. Worked on this. Oh, it's like a brick. It's like a brick, but it's beautiful. And the topping is the old school cornflake crumbs. You mash them with a hammer in a baggie, and the big wide egg noodles, and it's not too sweet, but it's just sweet enough that it makes your Shabbat so much sweeter. So we have an apron, we have the right kugel, and then I thought I'd bring forward a few other cookbooks that are really special for making generation to generation recipes. This one was from Temple. This one was from the Temple Bethel Sisterhood in Corpus Christi. And my grandmother, Elsie Pearl, was actually the editor of this one. And it has a lot of seafood in it, as you can guess, because they lived in Corpus Christi before they moved to Dallas. A little well-known fact. This one, Kosher Cookbook, oh, I love this one. And this one was Shereth Israel, and on the inside it's inscribed for Deborah, and I got this one in 1983. All right, another one. This one's also very close to my heart. Not just chicken soup. And this is the Temple Bethel San Antonio, Texas cookbook, and I edited this one. And this right here was a needlepoint that all of us sisterhood women worked on to be the cover. And then underneath me here matches my apron, Barry's mother's apron. And so we're pulling this out. When I said we wanted to really just kind of have this comfortable old school Shabbat, we brought out all the good stuff tonight, and no Shabbat would be complete, especially if you were going to go to temple, without the right hat. So this is my grandmother's hat. See what do you think? Should I tilt it?
I think it looks like 1963.
So there's that. I have one more headpiece. People wore hats and they did things. When my mother dressed for Purim as Queen Esther, and I've had this for all these years. This is her Queen Esther costume. I love this. How do I look in this one?
Adorable and very queen-like.
Is this fantastic? Okay, so there's that.
Debbie, I didn't...
I'm so lost in all of the old...
I know. So let me tell you this. So we went out with my cousin, Andrea Weinstein, and when we went out for dinner, she says, oh, by the way, you may like this, because I was going through the house, and these are your mother's. So I didn't even know that this stuff existed until Andrea gave it to us.
Right.
How great is that?
So we pull it out. Oh, what about that?
Oh, this is my mom's dish.
It's a wine coaster.
It's a wine coaster. Of course, it's a wine coaster.
Then we go, it's a dish. It's a wine coaster.
Well, it could have been a Frisbee probably when I was a kid, but now it's a dish, and we cleaned it up. It looks real pretty. Mm-hmm. And since I'm here, there's so much great stuff that we have.
Those are candlesticks that I bought myself in Houston, Texas, at my very first President's Day for Sisterhood. It was the first time I was a Sisterhood president, and I flew to Houston for my first district get to know you, all the presidents of the district, and I bought myself these as a present. So lots of good memories here down memory lane, lots of nice things to celebrate Shabbat with. And let's see.
Oh, you mentioned Shabbat. And we just saw the kugel. Mm-hmm. Boy, howdy. Do you know who would love that kugel? The Israelites. They complained about everything.
Would they love it as much as manna?
Well, man, enough manna. So last week, of course, they got in trouble, and they're forced to live another 40 years in the desert. And they said, we're sorry. We sinned. And this week's Torah portion is a completely different tack. It's about Korach. So Korach is a Levite. He's from the Levites. And so one of your family members.
Good tribe.
Great tribe. In fact, top tribe. And he was royalty. his birth was even mentioned in the Torah. He was believed to be that important. Well, what happened with Korach is that he got tired of having Moses as a leader. In fact, he said, "You're an elitist. How dare you? What makes you so special? And especially you picked Aaron to be the priest." And basically, it's another Jewish moment because they weren't invited to the party. They're pretty angry. So what happened was they got 250 other advisors or neighborhood people, 250 of them, and they complained. And they gathered around and said, "Moses, enough of this. We don't want your leadership anymore. We think we could be the leader." And so Moses gets upset. The next day, Moses prays and he says, "Well, maybe something could happen to you, but don't blame me if it does." And they get engulfed in the earth. And then the Israelites are still complaining, Debbie. They're still complaining. And so
Shocking.
a plague takes place, and 14,700 of the bad guys, the people that are mad, they get killed. And then the Israelites continue to complain. Moses has a plan and says, "I'm going to put this staff out along with other staffs, and we'll see what happens the next day." And it turns out that his staff grew into something great and produced almonds of all things. And so basically, and let me tell you one more thing about Korach, because of course he was killed early on, but Korach's relatives were not, his family wasn't killed. Surprisingly. In fact, his descendant was Samuel in the Bible, which is like, it'd be as if Benedict Arnold's family member, his great-grandson became president, or great-granddaughter would become president of the United States, right? Who would have thought? Well, that's a Torah portion, and basically is about not taking people too seriously, or it could be that the Israelites forgot who God was and mistakenly thought that Moses and Aaron were doing all these miracles, but it turned out it was God. So I think God's commandments are pretty important.
I love how you said, or it could be, because I think every time we revisit a Torah portion, it says something different to us, and we learn something different based on where we are. And even though those words are the same year after year, it's how we see them. I know this year I'm completely seeing things completely and utterly different, which is a good segue to the next part, which has to do with this little flashcard that I've been working with. Vidibarta bomb, and I know this is going to be opposite, so that thing happens there,
Actually,
right?
It's Hebrew, so they can read it. They can read it left or right.
And it translates to "you will speak of them." So I have this is one of my cards. We review different stacks of them, trying to do better and really build our Hebrew vocabulary. And then the other day it hit me, Vidibarta bomb, you will speak of them. And I think of us coming together. I think of Barry and I coming and saying, "It's 5 minutes to 4. Are you ready?" And I think of Rob Schiffman saying the Shabbos show, yay, and all my friends saying, "Oh, good, we get to be together." And we kind of stop time just a little bit and begin this transformation, this make ready of the heart and soul for Shabbat. And what do we do here? We speak about Shabbat, a commandment. And what do we do here? We are fulfilling a commandment together, our friends and us. And it didn't look exactly this way before quarantine. We would run into people when we got to temple. Maybe we would go to dinner with people. Maybe we would have others over for Shabbat or go to their homes. But it didn't look like this. This is also a very new, for us anyway, purposeful time to share these moments with friends where we stop and acknowledge that the sun is going to set here in just a few hours, and the week will be in our rear view mirror, and the creating is done, and we speak of this together. We speak of God's laws and hopefully enhance our relationships with God by noticing and being mindful and celebrating Shabbat, which is what all this stuff here is about.
Is there anything that really makes it clear that we're supposed to listen to God's commandments?
You mean like the commandments?
Like the commandments, or is there any prayer or anything special going on? Like
Like the
maybe,
Vehata?
right, the Viahafta. It comes right after the Shema. Oh, who would have thought?
We did some prep for this one.
Well, Debbie?
So the card, Bidi Barta Bomb, is right here in the middle, right in the middle. And the English for this prayer, if you recite it, is, you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Here you go. Bidi Barta Bam. And I'll tell you, this is the first year of my life that I'm not reading the transliteration. I'm pretty proud of that. It goes a little slower, but it's coming.
I love this. I love the fact that you, especially during this time, this is so relevant because I think it takes a lot of parenting, to explain what in the world is going on today, and to help teach kids, and everyone's a kid, but to help teach their kids the value and the importance of understanding values and understanding laws and understanding what's right from wrong. So, Debbie, this is wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, guess what?
I see some other things.
Oftentimes we give away something to write a check to a food bank. Tzedakah.
That's what you do right before you light the candles. Usually you put something in your tzedakah box.
And when we were kids, there is usually blue tin something, right? And you filled it up with whatever coins we had. Well, what we did this week, we received it. We believe that the value of going to Israel is important. And what we've always done when we go with Federation of Greater Dallas or with anyone from Dallas, because we have a sister city, and it's called Akko, in the northern Galilee region.
Right.
And so what we did is, pardon me. Oops, I'm back. So let me tell you about this. This is good. So the Western Galilee is a breathtaking region overflowing with history, culture, natural beauty, and folklore. Breathe the fresh air, view the sights, and meet the people. Listen to their stories and sample locally produced gourmet delights, sip wines, taste goat cheeses, and sample culinary treats. There's a lot more to that region. We have a hospital up there that we've always supported, and that hospital is incredible. They take care of not just Jews, not just people from Israel, but also Christians, Arabs, people from Lebanon, immigrants, anywhere, everywhere can come to that hospital.
They take care of souls.
Very good. So we love the region so much, and we were there recently. We were planning to go this recently, but we aren't right this moment. So what it is, here's what it looks like. And see, we donated money, and they sent a few little things for us, right?
Well, I want to share this in case any of you would like to purchase some of these wonderful things. This is an email that we got from the Federation of Greater Dallas saying, let's do some business with Israel because obviously we're not traveling there right now. And this is our sister city in the Galilee where Barry and I have both been. And so this particular package is called Taste the Galilee to Go. And lucky for us, it just arrived on our doorstep yesterday. Okay, and this is the man's package. What'd you get?
This is so fun. So first thing is a calming cream.
It's like your shave cream.
I thought it was from a Ken.
No.
A skin calming cream. It's
Uh-huh.
like shaving cream,
Uh-huh.
and all this comes from that area, which is it's real close to the Dead Sea, right? It's excuse me, it's not the Dead Sea, but it makes stuff from the Dead Sea. And then this is
the natural shaving soap.
beautifully packaged. And then finally, I won't say the most important, but it is to me.
Hold that close so they could see. This is pretty exciting.
This is super cool.
Look at that. They
It's a
packaged
brandy.
it so well.
It is so fun. It had a little thing on top of it to keep it safe, and it is a aged grape pomace brandy. How fun is that? It's too bad I don't have a chance to taste it.
He's been waiting all day.
Oh, I can? Well, who knows what this is?
We're saving it for Shabbat.
Let's see. So it's
Contact Federation if you would love to sample some of what Barry's trying. We'll have to see.
let's see. You first?
No.
Whoa. It's like grape juice. Whoa. Wow, it's stronger than the whiskey that we have after services at Beth Purim. Whoa. Well, I'm glad we did this because what happens is they take some of the money and they do good service and they do good work, and it helps support the local vendors up there in the northern Galilee.
Because we wish we were visiting them. We wish we were going on another mission soon. And it's hard as Jewish people not to know that there's different trips and people going there and spreading words and touring and doing all of those things. This is a small way. If this is important to you, I just want to say one more time in my little commercial, contact the Jewish Federation of Greater Dallas. There's a beautiful women's package too. Mine hasn't arrived yet, but it has all kinds of products. Mwah.
Super fun. Well, Debbie is almost getting ready for Shabbat. This is wonderful. I love your books. I love the Kugel. I'm so fortunate. You'll play. Oh, hello. How about the challah?
I always show y'all this every week.
Sometimes I forget to.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is how you know it's really coming. We're getting there. We're getting there. Woo! It's rising ginormous today, isn't it?
It's going to be a big boy.
Woo!
I miss going to the restaurants that we used to go to, but it's so much fun hanging around here and being with you. So thank you for all the time I'm with you these days, and it's been nothing but fun, except maybe one time. It wasn't, but most of the time.
Number 14 that we've all done together. Thank you for fulfilling speaking about Shabbat with us. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Bye, everyone. Oh, one more thing. Guess what? We got a YouTube channel.
Whoa.
Yeah. The Shabbos Show on YouTube. So it's kind of exciting. Oh, one last thing. Is this so funny, you guys?
It's a plug.
We are excited that in 2 weeks we are having our first guest, because we will have outside, socially distanced, way apart, camera work and all that. But we are very excited to be having our first guest on the Shabbos Show, which I should have started with this and led with this, because we were like, yahoo!
Wait, hold it. Who is it?
Rabbi Dan Utley is going to be joining us on July the 10th for the Shabbos Show. So we have that to look forward to. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for your help today, Eli.